Denley Fowlke is a co-founder of Sunwarrior, a naturally recognized plant-based protein and supplement company based in St. George, Utah. Denley and his wife, Jan, turned to natural health after facing life-threatening health challenges with their twin daughters. That journey ignited a lifelong passion for holistic living and a mission to help others reclaim their health. He now shares his wisdom with parents navigating children's health issues, as well as adults seeking to age gracefully and live with vitality. Denley is especially passionate about anti-aging and cellular health, and he's excited to share practical tools for staying younger longer. In addition to Sunwarrior, Denley leads Sun Nutrition, an Aloe Vera company focused on anti-aging and cardiovascular support, leveraging the ancient healing power of aloe vera, often called the plant of immortality. Welcome, Denley, to the program, to the podcast today.
Thank you. We appreciate having you on.
Yeah.
Why don't you kind of tell us a little bit of background? We just heard a little bit about you, but can you tell us a little bit more about you and how you got to become so invested into the natural health realm?
Okay. All right. Well, when I was a kid, my folks owned a fruit stand in Utah County. And all they sold was fruit. But then the store got bigger and bigger, and they started selling other things. So you heard the saying, you are what you eat. So if you are what you eat, I turned into a Twinkie, a Coke, and a puff of smoke.
Even with that fruit stand going on there, huh?
Oh yeah, well yeah, fruit. Who needs that? You know, I got new stuff. So anyway, I became quite sick as a young boy, and this is back in the '60s. And there's a lady, her name was Ann Wigmore. She wrote a book about wheatgrass juice and God's manna. My mother read that, and she says, "Well, I'm going to make my child better." She had no idea what I was doing, you know. But so anyway, she grew wheat out back and cut it and ground it up into a hand meat grinder because they didn't have wheatgrass juicers back then. And she squirrels the juice out, and she goes, "Come here, boy, you're drinking that." And I'm going, you know. She made me drink it. And something happened to me when I drank that juice. I'm going, wow.
How old were you at this time?
I was probably about 10 or 11.
Okay.
Maybe a 12, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I was. And anyway, something happened to me when I drank that. My lungs felt better because I had bronchitis and respiratory infection. I mean, I was in and out of the hospital a lot. And same way with my kids, actually. But when I drank that wheatgrass juice, there's a principle out there that when you drink something that's so rich in vital nutrients and you're so depleted, it made me dizzy. It made me just completely like, whoa, what did I just drink, you know? And so I learned that what I put in my mouth has something to do with how I felt. I'm going, wow, it's amazing the power there. And so anyway, I got through all of those years, quit some of my bad habits, and got married and had a couple of kids, and then we had twin daughters. And right off the bat, they were sick. Constant diarrhea, constantly, and throwing up, so they couldn't hold anything down. They were just like little pencils, like teeny little babies, and they weren't growing, they weren't thriving.
And this is them with just being months old?
They were, yeah. Oh, yeah. And so but the icing on the cake is they got respiratory infection, a lot. And so when you have little tiny babies, you can't mess with that. So we had to put them on a prescription. And like every month, we're back to the doctor. Our babies were on a prescription to get them better. And but then something started to happen. Instead of every month, it was like every 3 weeks. And then as it progressed, every 2 weeks. The time between doctor visits got shorter and shorter and shorter. And it got to the point that they had to be on prescription drugs, antibiotics all the time, or they were sick. And so we're just two young dumb kids having kids, and we go, I wonder if there's something wrong with these kids. They can't do this forever. It can't be good for you.
Something else must be going on.
Something's got to be going on. So we took him to the doctor. My wife took him to Fel Smith in Provo. He's a specialist, and he ran some tests, and he goes, well, your girls have cystic fibrosis. That's your problem. And that threw us into shock because my sister had a baby die of CF a few years prior to that. So we're going, oh my gosh, what do we do? So Doc, what do we do? And he goes, well, what's the prognosis? And he goes, well, they'll live probably into their teens. These kids usually teens, maybe they might make it to 20, have to live in a bubble. And we want you to take them up to the University of Utah Medical Center 3 times a week. We lived in Pleasant Grove. And put them on a therapy there's all kinds of therapies, and put them on pig pancreas powder and all kinds of stuff. But he said the first thing we need to do is double up on those prescriptions. We need to double up on the drugs you're giving them. I'm going, huh? To myself. I'm thinking, there is no way. How stupid does he think I am? I'm going, there's no way.
Well, the thing is you've been doing the drugs, and they just had to go more often. So it's like, how is giving them more drugs going to be more beneficial?
Exactly. Einstein has a saying. The definition of insanity is keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect different results. I didn't know that saying back then. It's so true. So we didn't want anything to do with it. And so, long story short, I met a guy I worked with at Macy's Farmers Market. And I told him my problems, and we're trying to figure out what to do. And he goes, I have somebody I want to introduce you to. Let me pick you and your kids up this Wednesday. It was on a Wednesday night. And so he did. He picked us up, took us up to Bountiful, and introduced us to a lady. Her name was Loa. She looked at our kids and looked at us. She said 2 things I'll never forget. She goes, if you kids will actually do what I ask you to do, I'm going to make you a promise. You'll never have your babies back to the doctor or the hospital ever again. I'm going, like forever? And she goes, don't you know? Your answer lies in nature, my boy. And that threw me right back to my wheatgrass juice days. I'm going, wow, that makes sense. That's the only thing that really did make sense. We had a burning right there. We drove home excited, actually. We're unpacking our fridge, our freezers, our cupboards, no chemicals, no colorings, no additives, nothing from a can or a box. She basically, for the most part, put us on a raw food diet. And so the next morning, I'm back at the store, back at Macy's Farmers Market, and there's Jan when the store opens with a cartload full of kids. We're turning on a dime. We didn't think about it and try to strategize. We made the decision right now and turned on a dime. And so she's got a cart full of bawling kids, looking for something to eat. And all she could find really was on the perimeter, like the produce department. And so she buys a bunch of the produce, takes it home, chop, 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 blend. And they didn't want it. They didn't want anything to do with it. And so, you ever tried to get a little kid to eat something that they don't want to eat? It's like the jaws of hell. You can't open those jaws. Anyway, I call Loa. I go, Loa, they don't want to do this. They don't want anything to do with it. What else you got? She goes, well, who's the parent and who's the child here? I'm going, huh? You mean I get
retraining?
I'll beat those little snots. I'll beat them to it. She goes, no. You don't have to beat your kids. You just fix them what you want to eat for breakfast. And if they're not hungry enough for breakfast to eat it, they get it for lunch. And if they don't want it for lunch, guess what? Dinner is a dead ringer. And so we starved the little snots to it. We starved them to it. And of course, instantly, we became the neighborhood weirdos. We became so weird so fast, so quick. And a lot of whispers, oh, your kids can't have that. Our families said we were crazy and cruel. Oh, every little kid needs a McDonald's hamburger, and basically.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's okay. Moderation is a fine. Yeah.
Yes, moderation in all things. So, so anyway, we had to be very, very strict because if they get off the diet, I'm telling you, they would be sick within sometimes hours. And
How quick did they realize it themselves?
They never did. Well, I mean, finally, later, teenager years, you know, I mean, they got sick a lot. I'll tell you, because every time they ventured from the diet, they were sick. And of course, Lola told us what to do. And when they got sick, she says, "I'll still get sick." And so this is what you do. And we had them on therapies. We had them in baths, 2 hours at a time, twice a day. And what come out of their little systems, you wouldn't believe. The scum on the top of the tub. They were on therapeutic mineral baths and pulling all of these toxins and poisons from them. And it was amazing. Red potato juice enemas, we were doing all of that. And they'd get better. And
Red potato juice enemas. I've never heard of that. I've only heard of the coffee enemas and stuff.
No, yeah, red potato juice enema is like natural penicillin. And right there in your colon, that's where most diseases are. And that's right in that area. That part of your body is where a lot of diseases are stem from. So that red potato juice hits the spot, and it knocks it. And we did all kinds of things. We really did. And she was an angel to us, and never had him back to the doctor. And so we became quite passionate about this thing. Now, the girls are 48 years old. One has 7 kids, and the other one has 8 kids. So
now, did they stay with the diagnosis of cystic fibrosis, or did that go away?
Kind of went away. We had them back and had them when we moved to Nevada. Had them checked when they got a little older, in their teens, young, maybe a little younger than their teens, and they did tests. They said they have a growth in their nose, cystic fibrosis. They wanted. I got scared, to be truthful with you. We were moved to Nevada for a while, down by Vegas, and they did tests on them, and they said, well, they got that growth in there and everything, but we want to know what they can take your kids. In other words, we felt like that they were starting to take over our freedom, and we quit. We just got away from it as fast as we could. They wanted to run more tests, and they can.
Oh, okay.
They can make you do stuff that you might not want. So I just had the feeling to get away from them. So anyway, they're pretty healthy now. They have to watch what they eat. My one daughter, she's a little raw food girl and doing amazing. And she's a lot healthier than her sister. But it's the truth. It became very evident that it's the truth. And that's all I want, is the truth. And so we became passionate. I got a health food store. We started getting well-known in the community. People come to us for health problems and issues and become passionate. Every Tuesday morning, I became a fruit stand. I pulled all the fruit in from Albert's Organics and all these things and had fruit all in the front of the store. And we had it rocking and rolling. It was just amazing. It was so fun because we felt like we had something to share with the community. So we're
And what city were you in at this time?
St. George. We'd moved back
So that
from
was
Nevada.
St. George, okay.
St. George, yeah. We live in St. George. So anyway.
No, I knew you did now. I just didn't know then.
Yeah, we did. I couldn't stand to stay away from St. George too long. It's heaven down here. So some years later, after I got my health food store, got into raw food more and more, and met a buddy of mine. We were both raw food guys, and we met this bodybuilder guy and at the Go Raw Festival in Sedona. And he was a raw foodist and a great big guy. And I go, wow, looks like you work out. And he looks at me and he says, wow, it looks like you don't. I go, really? He says, you skinny little raw fooders, I think you need some protein, boy. And he was there looking to talk David Wolf into going in business with him, because David Wolf was like the icon for raw food, and Nick was a bodybuilder, and he wanted a raw protein. The taste actually tasted good. And so we became better acquainted and become buddies, and he talked me into going to business with him. And so that's where Sunwarrior was conceived, Sedona, at the Raw Food Festival. And it grew. It took us about a year, and it exploded. And since then, we have another company that we put
What
together.
year was that?
2007. That's when it was conceived. And we actually, took us about a year, so it was 2008 is when we launched our product. Our first product was rice protein. It tasted good. And since we got into vitamins and minerals, and I see the value in, the vitamins being from plants instead of synthetic. Most vitamins out there are from coal tar, which is a petroleum product. And I don't think it's good for us. It's not. It can't be. We don't run on oil, We run on, our body recognizes plant-based nutrition. So the vitamins that we have are all from plants, and just as close to nature. I have a saying, nature does have the answer, like Loa taught me. Don't you know, boy, your answer lies in nature, and it does have our answer if we go to nature. And we are.
Well, it's all about shopping, in the outside perimeter of the grocery stores, because if we can stay away from the aisles where the cans and the boxes are, we can all do so much better.
Well, most of it wasn't food 30 years ago. It wasn't even invented. Most of those snacks and the foods wasn't even available. And so I can't really call it food, really, the interior of the store. So I've always had a dream to have a farm, to grow my own, to pick it and eat it. And it sounds like you guys are on the same page. And so I have a farm, and it is so rewarding to grow your own food, pick it and eat it right there. There is a magic to it. There really is. There's a power to that. When you have a fresh grown, right from the sun, that's high vibration. Very, very, your plums on your trees, very high vibration.
This morning we got our eggs from our chickens. And we got some zucchini from the garden.
Yeah.
And that was like our breakfast, It's just, it feels
How
good
cool
to be
is
able
that?
to have that where you can just get it. I know.
Self-sufficient, right?
So the Sunwarrior, that was basically a protein powder that was kind of the main crux of that, and then you kind of deviated into some other things as well. And that's been now in business 18 years or so, 17, 18 years. And you told us before that you just recently got out of Sunwarrior, so you're not involved anymore. I guess the last couple of months you sold out.
I'm a
of
stockholder.
That. But you also, okay.
Stockholder. Yeah.
You're just not gonna be as involved in the day-to-day activities and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't have the day-to-day stuff.
Okay, but then you also have gotten into an aloe vera. So you have an aloe vera company. So tell us about how aloe vera can help people.
Okay. It is high in polyphenols. And aloe vera, there's a healing magic power to aloe vera. And our aloe vera is grown in California, organically grown. And it's very healing for your gut. You're actually good for your skin, sunburns, of course. Everybody knows that. There's just there's a healing power to aloe vera, and there is a magic to it. It really is. There's a lot of power to aloe vera, and there's a lot of healing experiences with it, and with heartburn and all those kinds of things, and healing your inner gut, and the digestive system helps you keep regular, and it's a big deal. Aloe vera is really great, and we're coming out with beauty sprays, beauty elixir, where we have other ingredients that's like to build collagen into hair, skin, and nails. It's a beauty elixir. We have different really cool products that we have out now, and we're on the grow.
And they're all based out of the aloe vera plant?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We
okay.
we
So
process
I'll
pardon?
Sorry, I was going to tell you kind of a little story with aloe vera.
Yeah.
I remember I was coming home one night. This is probably 15 years ago, maybe so.
Yeah.
And I was listening to, they have those on like KSL. They would have those people always doing like infomercials and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
And it was basically an infomercial on aloe vera. And I had always suffered with hay fever.
100% pure organic.
Yeah, I'd always suffered with hay fever. And so they were talking about
and
it. And
also with cats.
Yeah, cats and stuff like that.
Oh.
And so I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to try it. So I tried it. I did it for like 3 months, and I haven't had allergies since. And now, to me, I just thought aloe vera helped with allergies. I didn't realize now, since we've gone full circle about that, I didn't realize how it helped the gut lining, and that's why it helped the leaky gut. So therefore, you weren't going to have your body wasn't having issues with different things like that, because a lot of the things are gut issues, and so it just helped the gut, and that's what helped heal, if you want to say, help my allergies.
Which has been a life changer for him.
Yeah.
Because
That's
now he
very
can mow
cool.
the lawn.
Oh, good for him. There goes that excuse.
So yeah, and it's
I know. There's no more excuses.
so the
anymore.
aloe vera. I mean, I'm a
Do you
big
still
fan of
take
the
it?
aloe vera, and I don't. I actually don't. I don't have to continue taking it. I probably should, just for health
stops your
benefits.
body
We get it
from-
periodically.
I was just talking about this yesterday about the histamines that stops your body from releasing the histamines that create the allergic reaction. So yeah, you're right on.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right on.
Yeah, so we've done it with some of our kids. Our youngest one right now. What I found is you have to do it probably. You have to start like in January, February, so that by April their body's already adapted to it. So next January, our son had really bad allergies this year, and it's like, oh gosh, this is and he mows lawns. So we're like, okay, we are starting this kid on the aloe.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, I've got some for you, so I'll get your information and have you sample it.
Well, that
Oh,
would
thank
be
you.
great.
That's kind of you.
My pleasure. Well, we process it in structured water, and it's like it's harvested in the morning, and a lot of times by that afternoon or the next day, it's in the bottle. It's like it's not hanging around. It's processed, put it in structured water, which makes it much more absorbable. Structured water is getting to be a big deal, and we have super juice with the antioxidant power.
So
with
when you're
it.
saying structured, are you saying with it where it's like ionized, like where it's charged?
Explain what you're saying
like,
for structured
is
water
It,
for
is
the-
it
for everyone.
charged? Like I know we have like this wand thing and it can charge your water. Is that kind of what you're talking
And I have a
about?
hydrogenated water thing at my
Yeah.
office.
Yeah, it's different. It's like, and I'm not the expert on structured water, but structured water makes it absorbable, very it blows it up into a billion pieces, little tiny billion pieces, and so it makes everything absorbable, and so at the same time it makes the aloe vera much more absorbable because it's with that structured water, and then at the same time. If you take any other supplements with aloe vera, they say it can be up to 300% more assimilated by taking it with aloe vera. It's kind of a cool thing. But
Interesting. And that doesn't doesn't matter the product or what it is. It just helps your body to absorb it better.
yeah, it's a carrier. It carrier and delivers into your cell. Yeah, and so we have
Interesting.
jelly, aloe vera jelly and juices, and we're coming out with a protein with aloe vera in it, and help make it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Late. Yeah, we're doing all kinds of cool things coming up.
So is the jelly just for the skin, for the outer is just for the outside, and then the liquid is more for the drinking?
Yeah, but it's all consumable, So, yeah, it's all consumable. We have super juice. We have blueberries. We have gel. We're coming out with a concentrate right shortly, so it's 4 times as powerful as regular aloe vera juice. Kind of a cool thing. I'm excited for that.
So when people are looking for aloe vera juice, what is it that you want to look for? Because there's a variety of stuff out there.
I mean, you can get it at Walmart right now for $8, right, for a gallon.
So what is
Yeah.
it that you recommend people look for when they're to be able to get the best benefits?
Well, I mean, that's a really good question. A lot of that aloe vera juice you see is cheap, and they grind up the whole thing, grind it all up, and then process that. A lot of times you use chemicals just to leach out the stuff, the leaf and the whole. We do the inner gel, the inner leaf, and so we don't use the chemical. Right. It's kind of like we handcrafted it. You know, we're doing it back the old-fashioned way, and a lot of that comes from Mexico. And you know, they'll say Texas, but you know, right across the border is Mexico, and they grow a lot of it down there. And so, I mean, our claim to fame is we're Southern California. You know, we know our plant is right there in the fields where we grow aloe vera, so it's just fresh, and it tastes better. It tastes better than the other aloe veras, and some of that aloe vera, I mean, it's just like water. You know, there's just nothing to it. You know, I don't know. Sometimes they take powder and liquefy it, and that's their aloe vera juice. They just buy powder and add water. Whereas ours is the inner gel. We clean the leaf out and use the inner gel.
So that's what you focus on the most with your product is the inner gel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And not the whole leaf. So if it says something that says whole leaf.
They have to see it. You get into the leaf and you get the aloin, which gives you diarrhea, you know. And so they have to chemically process it to pull that out. And it's a lot cheaper to just take the leaf, grind it up, and pull the juice out and extract that. It's a lot cheaper to do it that way. But ours is more complicated, and the flavor of ours is superior. Of course, I could be biased, you know. But,
so, have you tried growing aloe vera plants on your farm there in St. George? Does aloe grow down there?
Yeah, I have to cover it in the winter because it's sensitive to the cold. But I just put a frost cloth over it, and it survives down. My farm is down in Beaver Dam, Arizona, just by Mesquite, Nevada.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
About 30 miles outside of town. Yeah, so we're a little warmer down there, and yep. So anyway,
so when you're talking your plant Southern California, you're talking probably more in the probably the eastern part of Southern California, not like the San Diego, California.
So, Imperial Valley. So that's just east of San Diego, kind of down by Mexico, the Mexico border. All of that's really this time of year. It's really hot. This time of year, but they grow so much stuff down there. It's just I couldn't believe that valley, and the water's
so
amazing.
What would be a good protocol for somebody if they wanted to start incorporating aloe vera into their health regimen?
You know, I think a couple of ounces at least start. You know, one in the morning, an ounce in the morning, an ounce at night. It comes in a cap. 1 or 2 ounces a day. Yeah, it won't hurt you. You can take as much as you want, but you can ease into it and get your body used to it. And it's kind of alkalizes, kind of cleanses a little bit. And some people take, you know, they'll drink a half a quart a day. You know, if there's issues, health issues, they can drink that much. Our aloe vera is very well priced. It's like $10.99 in the store for a regular aloe vera juice.
And, like how much is that? Is that like a 16-ounce bottle? Is that a
32 ounce? 32 ounce, yeah.
32 ounce.
We're priced really,
and so,
really well.
Is that something that has to be? Does that have to be refrigerated after it's opened?
After you open it, it's okay until you open it, and then you put it in the fridge. The same with the Beauty Elixir. The Beauty Elixir has sea moss in it, biotin for the hair, hyaluronic acid for the skin, tremella mushroom for the skin, amla. We don't use, for the vitamin C, we don't use ascorbic acid. It's amla and MSM. So it's really quite an amazing thing just for your hair, skin, and nails and your joints and things like that. So, yeah.
So one thing I think would be good to talk about, because you are really good into raw foods. That's are you considered a raw foodie? Is that all you have is raw foods? I do eat some cooked. I mean, I went 8 years without anything cooked touching my lips. But I got so busy. Yeah, no kidding, 8 years. I got so busy with Sunwarrior and traveling and that, I broke down. I mean, cooked food is good. It tastes good. And it's sometimes hard to get.
Well, it's also, if you're Yeah, if you're traveling a lot, that would be very difficult to try to do.
Luncheons,
for sure.
always got luncheons, and it's always an issue. And so I eat salad, and I'll eat like potato, or something like that, or a bowl of beans, or something to get me by. But for the most part,
Do you not eat meat?
no, I don't eat any meat, no animal products, totally vegan. So that's
okay.
what I've found for me. And I found that I've done a lot of studying for diet, and there's a philosophy out there called eating according to your physiology. So the question is, what are we built like? We're not built like a chicken, hog, or dog. We're not built like a horse or an elephant. That's not our physiology. We're primates. That's our physiology. And what do primates eat? What's their main diet? Is fruit. Their main diet. And since I've done that, since I've adjusted to mainly fruit, not all fruit, but it's a big game changer for me. It's a big game changer for like energy and keep my weight. Of course, I'm slim anyway, but just vitality. I get sleepy because I work at my farm at night, drive home, so I'm always sleep deprived, but never out of energy. I have it. I have what I need, the energy that I go. It's just, health-wise, I can't say enough about it. So my ideal day is fruit all day, salad at night. That's what my ideal. If I get hungry in the middle of the day, I'll eat a handful of nuts or pumpkin seeds, something like that, to get me over the hump until dinner. And I make big.
Are there certain fruits that you think are better than others, or ones that you don't that you avoid, or just anything that's a fruit?
Fruits in the season, and I'm always buying grapes, and I make big smoothies. I mean, I have to say, when you guys come to St. George, I'll whip you up a smoothie. It's so sustaining because it has high in calories, and so you don't get hungry. It takes your hunger right away and your cravings. You don't crave pastries and candies and cakes. It's not even a temptation because I'm getting my natural sugar. I'm getting my natural calories. It's all come from fruit, which is high energy. It's high vibration. It really is. High vibration food, high vibration thought. There is a connection with what we put here. Has everything to do with how we feel, how we think. It's a big deal for me. It is, and so like right now, watermelons coming on. It's a good time to eat watermelons, and I probably eat 25 pounds of bananas a week because I'm always putting them.
Oh wow!
I'm putting my big smoothies with dates, bananas, and then other fruit, ice and water.
You don't
Do you put in your protein powder? Do you use your protein powder from Sunwarrior?
Call me a hypocrite, but no, I don't like to mix. Once in a while, okay. So I will say this: that I go to the gym. My buddies come home with me. We put a few bananas in the blender, a couple of scoops of protein, some frozen fruit, some dates, and ice, and a little coconut milk. And there's nothing better. It really, and I do that. I do that. So, but when I'm doing a fruit smoothie, I like it alone. I don't mix greens with it. I don't mix anything else with it. I like fruit to stay by itself.
Just fruit.
Personally. Yeah, I do. I do, and it's so rewarding. It just something puts me in my happy place. If I get hungry, I'll eat a handful of nuts. I'll eat pumpkin seeds. I'll eat an avocado. That's a fruit. And cucumbers. And so anyway, it's a clean way. I went talked to a doctor the other day, and he says, "Have you had your colonoscopy, whatever, done?" I says, "No, I've never had one." And he said, "Oh, you need to do that. You need." I go, "No way." Because I feel like that if you keep your system clean, you don't have any buildup. You don't have anything hidden in those polyps or whatever. You don't have them because it just it's transitory time. Fruit goes through your system along, quickly. Where the other foods, a lot of heavy foods and meats and things like that, it can take days sometimes to get through the system, and you get build up of poisons and toxins releasing into the body, into the brain. It affects your thinking and everything. So anyway, that's my crazy philosophy. It works for me.
Well, Denley, one thing you've kind of inspired me to do is that we went to a farmer's market this weekend, and there was a guy that was there growing the microgreens, and I'm like, I have the trays to grow like the wheatgrass, and I actually have a wheatgrass grinder to make the juice, and so.
But it's on the shelf.
It's on the. Yes,
I know.
but I have the trays, and I also have the grinder. So I think that's one thing I want to commit to do, because one thing they did say is that wheatgrass actually helps with gray hair, and I have not had to.
Are you saying something here, honey?
Well, I'm
'Cause
talking about my
I'm
own
pretty
stuff.
gray. No.
I have not had to dye my hair yet, but I have some more gray hairs coming in, and we want to keep it that at the minimum, right?
I'm with you. Thanks for telling me that, because I drank so much wheatgrass over the years. I got complete when I had the store. It almost makes me barf to think about it, because I take too much. But really, no kidding, it helps your hair stay color because there's
Yes,
copper
it's
in.
supposed to.
Now, this is not scientific. This is according
This
to
is
Liz and what
just
she's
as
heard.
what I have heard, and women will try anything, right?
Yeah.
And so that is something I'm going to do. And we, talking to you, just hopefully will give other people just open up their
even
mind
if they
to think about.
even if they don't go full blown like you did for 8 years, but even if you just add it to, you just do it a little bit more, right? Just do
Yes.
a little bit
Yes.
more, and it just gets you healthier.
Yeah, it really does. And then you take one step after another and clean this little part of your life up, and that little part of your life there, you clean up a little bit, and we're all here to self-improve, and it's hard.
Well,
to
and
do
it
all.
is amazing that all of our healing that we have is within those foods. It's like we talked about the aloe vera, we talked about the wheatgrass, we talked about the fruits. It's like that is where our first defenses always needs to be, is the food. It's not the prescription drugs. It's within the food. And the way that you can change anything is to look at the food source first.
Yeah. Well, it is so true. It is so true. Let your food be your medicine, and your medicine be your food. There's high power in fresh raw foods. Very high power. And drugs don't cure anything. There's always a side effect. I don't care what the drug is. There's always a side effect involved with the drug. And sometimes we need them. And sometimes we need the doctor, God bless them. But when it comes to health and health principles and things like that, nature has the answer before we have to get to the doctor. Try to prevent it if possible.
So if people are listening to this and they hear and they want access to getting some aloe vera from you, how are they able to do that? Can they get it from your website? How does that work?
Yeah. Our website is realaloe.com. REALALOE.
How in the world did you get that? How did you get that URL? That's pretty. That's a pretty good one.
I know. That company is started in 1972. The company did. By the old timer that started it, and then Randy, my partner, got it about 12 years ago and bought it, and then I became involved when I started negotiating on Sunwarrior. Randy, I had Randy create a vitamin in aloe vera with all plants, for Sunwarrior, and it's a wonderful product. Really is an awesome product. And so I got to know him, and we became buddies. And I'm going, let's do something here. It's kind of cool. So
yeah,
love business.
Because that's not like now you wouldn't be able to get something like that. So people can find you at Real Aloe.
Never. Yeah, realaloe.com.
Yeah, so people can find you now at realaloe.com. Okay.
Yeah, and if they want to email me,
Well,
it's
thank you.
Denley at realaloe.com. So that's another way if you want to email me.
Okay.
So Denley is DENLEY
Yes.
realaloe.com. Okay.
Yep.
So if they have any
Okay,
questions.
and then also if they want to email you, do you want to just have them say BHU? I know you were going to give some stuff away the first few people or something, or what did you want to
No,
do?
that's a good. Yes.
or a
sent
discount
you-
of some kind.
A discount, or
Yeah.
what is it you wanted
I'll
to
give
do
them.
with them?
I'll send them a bottle. Let's see what I say. A bottle of super juice, a bottle of super. It's a beauty gel, and there's one other one that I. Anyway, there's 3 of them. So the first 3 people, should we put it that way? I'll send them a bottle
Yeah.
of
Sure.
something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's great.
Perfect.
Thank you so much, Denley.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
very
my
generous for you to be able to do that for our audience and be able to
Yeah.
have this pure stuff, because like for us, we know how it has totally changed Shane's life. Be able to find this pure aloe vera. 15 years ago, he used to go and work at because he's a chiropractor, would go work the weekend shows like at the fairs and all this stuff. And
Wow.
he could hardly
Back
even.
when I first opened up. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that. I forgot how bad it was. Like, because we'd do like the 4th of July rodeo in West Jordan and stuff. And sometimes I would get and I would try. I didn't want to take the medication, so I would just sniffle and I
It just
forgot
was
that.
awful, and it was like
It was bad.
It was hard for him to even mow the lawn, and
Oh yeah.
doing that has changed his life. And I want everyone else out there that we've actually added that in with our gut protocols because we know the importance of it.
Yeah.
If everybody could just get back, if they could just take this aloe vera, they would see so much dramatic change in their life, miracles that can happen. So we appreciate you being able to share more about it, and also giving away some of this stuff to the first 3 people is just very beneficial. So thank you so much, and
That's my
thank you for
pleasure.
being on the podcast today and being able to share your wealth of information with us.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for the opportunity. Look forward to seeing you guys. Come down. I'll put
right.
your water on.
Oh, we will take you up on that offer.
Okay.